Have you ever just stopped and thought about how your body works? I mean, how it manages to coordinate everything from a split-second flinch away from danger to the slow, steady process of growth, all at the same time. It's this incredible biological command center. So today, let's dive in and really unpack the genius systems that are running inside you right now.
Okay, let's start with something we can all relate to. Think about it for a second. We've all done it. You go to grab a pan off the stove or you accidentally brush against a hot iron, and in an instant, your body just reacts. But what is actually happening in that tiny fraction of a second?
And here is the truly wild part. Your hand has already pulled back, your muscles have already done their job, you're already safe, and this happens fractions of a second before your brain even gets the message that says, ouch, that's hot. It's literally action before awareness.
Right? How is that even possible? It seems to defy logic. Well, to get to the bottom of it, we've got to look at the two incredible communication systems our bodies use to control and coordinate pretty much everything we do.
So the first part of the answer lies in this ultra-fast, super-organized electrical grid running through your entire body. We're talking about the nervous system. This is the system that is built for pure speed.
And the fundamental building block of this whole network is a really special cell called a neuron. The best way to think of it is like a tiny biological wire. It's designed to flash information as an electrical impulse from one part of your body to another at mind-blowing speeds.
So how does this signal actually travel? Well, a stimulus, like that intense heat, triggers an electrical impulse that just zips down the length of the neuron. When it gets to the very end, it releases these chemicals across a teeny tiny gap called a synapse. And those chemicals, they trigger the very next neuron in the chain. It's like this electrical to electrical relay race, and it all happens in a blink.
And here we can see the final handoff. See, the nerve impulse doesn't just talk to other nerves, it talks directly to our muscles. Right at this junction, the signal literally leaps from the neuron to the muscle cell, giving it the command, contract, move, now. But this brings us back to a really critical problem. This whole system is incredibly fast, for sure. But is it fast enough for survival? I mean, if that heat signal had to travel all the way up to your brain for you to make a conscious decision, and then a new signal had to travel all the way back down, your hand would be toast. Evolution needed a better way. It needed a shortcut. And here is that brilliant solution. Instead of taking the long, scenic route up to the brain, the signal takes an immediate exit ramp right there in the spinal cord. This is the real secret to that lightning-fast, unconscious reaction.
This amazing biological shortcut has a name. It's called the reflex arc. Deep inside the spinal cord, the incoming nerve that's screaming heat connects directly to the outgoing nerve that controls your muscles. It's a simple, elegant bypass that completely removes the brain from the immediate decision-making loop. And this is a massive evolutionary advantage. It's the difference between a minor ouch and a life-altering injury. It makes sure we react to danger before we even have time to think about it.
Okay, so the nervous system is perfect for those instant, targeted commands. Move this one muscle right now. But what about situations that need a totally different kind of message? You know, one that has to go to the entire body at once, getting it ready for a longer-term challenge? Yeah, for that, we need a different system entirely.
Just imagine you're out for a walk and you suddenly see a bear. You don't just need to move one muscle. You need your heart to pump faster, you need your breathing to get deeper, you need every muscle in your body to be primed and ready for action. An electrical signal to just one spot isn't going to cut it. You need a system-wide broadcast alert.
And the body's answer is to go wireless. It uses chemical communication. Instead of targeted electrical wires, it floods the bloodstream with chemical messengers. This is the endocrine system, and its powerful messengers are called hormones.
And right here, you can see the broadcast stations. These are glands located all throughout your body. The adrenal glands, the thyroid, the pancreas, and their job is to create these hormones and release them straight into your blood. Think of it like a Wi-Fi signal that can reach every single cell in your body.
The absolute classic example of this is the fight-or-flight response. You know that feeling. When you're in that scary situation, your adrenal glands just pump out adrenaline. This one hormone travels everywhere, telling your heart to pound faster, making you breathe deeper, and shunting blood away from things like digestion and toward your big muscles. It is a total body preparation for peak performance.
All right, so we've seen how animals use fast electrical wires and slower chemical broadcasts. But what about plants? They can't run, they can't fight, they don't have nerves or muscles, and yet they are absolute masters at responding to their environment. It is a completely different but just as sophisticated approach to control.
So how do they pull it off? Okay, just take a look at this incredible sensitive plant. A single touch and boom, its leaves fold up instantly. How? Well, it's a brilliant piece of hydraulic engineering. The plant sends its own version of an electrical chemical signal, but instead of triggering a muscle, it triggers special cells at the base of each little leaf to rapidly pump out water. This sudden drop in water pressure makes the cells go limp, and that's what folds the leaves inward. It's a super fast defense mechanism, all without a single muscle. So that's their quick response. But just like animals, plants also have a slower hormonal system. Now, plant hormones aren't for fight or flight, for something that's maybe even more fundamental to their survival, controlling their growth. These chemical signals really dictate every part of a plant's life.
You've definitely seen this with a houseplant bending toward a window. It's not random at all. It's a precisely controlled movement called phototropism. A growth hormone called auxin, which is made at the very tip of the shoot, actually moves away from the light, so it builds up on the shady side of the stem. And what it does there is tell the cells on that dark side to grow longer. So as the shady side grows longer than the sunny side, the stem physically bends, angling the leaves perfectly towards their energy source. It's a silent, slow-motion hunt for light. It's amazing.
So what have we seen? We've seen fast electrical systems and slower chemical systems in both animals and plants. Let's pull it all back together now and see how these two systems work in harmony to create a perfectly coordinated organism.
This table sums it all up beautifully. The nervous system is like a wired telephone line, right? An electrical signal sent to a specific address, and it gets there instantly. The hormonal system, on the other hand, is like a radio broadcast. It's a chemical signal sent out everywhere, reaching any cell that's tuned to its frequency. But it takes a little bit longer to arrive.
And this really gets to the heart of it. Survival isn't just about reacting, it's about reacting correctly. As this quote says so well, you have to connect recognizing what's happening with making the right move. That is the whole point of these incredible control systems. So you see, it's not one system versus the other. They work together, in concert. You have the lightning-fast reflex that protects you from immediate harm, and you have the body-wide hormonal shift that prepares you for a challenge that's coming. Together, they allow us to navigate and respond to a complex world with just incredible precision. From the automatic, steady beat of your heart to the conscious choice you just made to shift in your seat, your command centers are always at work. It's a constant, invisible symphony of electrical and chemical signals. So the next time you react to something, just take a second to appreciate the absolute masterpiece of engineering that made it happen. What will you notice it doing next?